War over President's address.
पूरे विश्व ने भरोसा करता है ऐसे बड़े वैश्विक मंच पर भी भारत अपने हितों
Sonia Gandhi calls President Murmu poor lady. Gandhi say President's speech boring.
The poor lady, the president was getting very tired by the end.
Repeating the same thing again
No,
and
she
again.
could hardly speak, poor thing.
Independent MP2 insults President.
वो तो स्टाम्प है और किसी का लव लेटर पढ़ना है उनको.
BJP up in arms over opposition's remarks.
एक आदिवासी बेटी का बोलना इनको बोरिंग लगता है. ये देश के 10 करोड़ आदिवासी भाई बहनों का अपमान है.
Budget session showdown. Top focus on 6 p.m. Prime.
Hello and welcome. Good evening. You're watching 6 p.m. Prime here on India Today. I'm Akshata Nandagopal, and yes, our focus is on the big controversy that's erupted after President Murmu's address. The comments made by Sonia Gandhi, where she referred to the president, the head of the state, as the poor lady, saying she seemed tired, could barely talk at the end of it. Now, the Rashtrapati Bhavan has responded, hitting out at Sonia Gandhi, saying perhaps she didn't understand the language and that's why misunderstood that President Murmu was tired. We'll get you all the big political updates that are coming in on that story. The first day of budget session in Parliament starting off on a rather controversial note. President Draupadi Murmu delivered her customary speech in Parliament before both houses of Parliament, where she listed out the government's achievements. Now, soon after her speech, when the Gandhis emerged, the media asked them for their reaction. How did they respond? None of them spoke of the merits of what President Murmu said, and if they did critique that, completely fair. Instead, you had Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi in a conversation. Rahul Gandhi first saying boring, no comment. Then you had Sonia Gandhi referring to the president of the country, as a poor lady. Says she was clearly tired. In the end, she could barely speak. Now, the BJP has deemed this as an insult to the President of India. Let's get you all of the reactions first in our report.
माननीय सदस्यों संसद की इस बैठक को संबोधित करते हुए मुझे हार्दिक प्रसन्नता हो रही है.
The budget session kicks off with a showdown. Former Congress President Sonia Gandhi's reaction to President Draupadi Murmu's address to Parliament has triggered a controversy.
Boring. No comment.
No, the poor lady, the president was getting very tired by the end.
Repeating the same thing again
No,
and
she
again.
could hardly speak, poor thing.
While condemning these remarks, Rashtrapati Bhavan stated that the comments hurt the dignity of the office, calling them unacceptable. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched a blistering attack on Gandhis and called the remark an insult to tribals.
राष्ट्रपति जी को पुअर थिंग कहा, गरीब कहा और चीज कहा, थकी हुई कहा. एक आदिवासी बेटी का बोलना इनको बोरिंग लगता है. ये देश के 10 करोड़ आदिवासी भाई बहनों का अपमान है.
It is happening now.
Amid massive uproar, Congress defended Sonia Gandhi.
Please, ma'am.
My mother is a 78-year-old lady. She simply said that the president must have been tired reading such a long speech. Poor thing. I don't think she fully respects, in fact, she has the utmost respect for her. And I think it's very unfortunate that this kind of thing is twisted by the media.
Several opposition MPs criticized the president's speech, claiming it had nothing new to offer.
बेचारी का तो कोई दोष नहीं, राष्ट्रपति हैं, वो तो स्टाम्प है और किसी का लव लेटर पढ़ना है उनको. तो राष्ट्रपति से आप क्या उम्मीद करिएगा? बस पोथी पर पंडित हो यो जगमुआ न कोई वाली कहानी है.
It is really funny. Whatever, there is no. You just compare the 2024 speech and 2025 speech, or are equal. I am really frustrated with this speech.
The BJP-led NDA alliance went all guns blazing against the opposition for their remarks on President Murmu.
संवैधानिक सर्वोच्च पद पर बैठे हमारे आदिवासी महामहिम राष्ट्रपति जी का अपमान करते हैं, वो संविधान का भी अपमान करते हैं। ये संविधान का सीधा अपमान है।
I was wondering whether this is a political party in a democracy or this is a group of elitist people, entitled and arrogant. I think they've lost it completely. Frankly, I did not expect it from Sonia ji.
हम जब राष्ट्र के विकास और उपलब्धियों की चर्चा करते हैं,
Setting the stage for the budget session of Parliament, President Draupadi Murmu underscored the government's resolve to eliminate policy paralysis while pushing key reforms like Waqf Board regulations and One Nation, One Election initiative. With Piyush Mishra in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
So while the BJP is latched on to this, with Prime Minister Modi also saying that clearly this is an insult to the President by Sonia Gandhi, the Congress maintains that there was no question of any insult. Priyanka Gandhi has said that her mother also, Sonia Gandhi, is 78 years old, so there was no disrespect meant, that she has great respect for the President. The Congress is saying that this was her empathizing with President Murmu. Now let's also get you some of the highlights of what President Murmu said in that address in Parliament today.
One Nation, One Election और वक़्फ़ अधिनियम संशोधन जैसे कई महत्वपूर्ण विषय पर भी सरकार ने तेज गति से कदम आगे बढ़ाए। माननीय सदस्यगण, इस समय देश में महाकुंभ का ऐतिहासिक पर्व भी चल रहा है। महाकुंभ भारत की सांस्कृतिक परंपरा का, भारत की सामाजिक चेतना का पर्व है। देश और दुनिया से आए करोड़ों श्रद्धालुओं प्रयागराज में पूर्ण स्नान कर चुके हैं। मैं मोनो अमावस्या के दिन हुई हादसे पर अपना दुख व्यक्त करती हूँ। घायलों के शीघ्र स्वस्थ होने की कामना करती हूँ। महिलाओं के नेतृत्व में देश को सशक्त बनाने में यानी ह्यूमन लेड डेवलपमेंट में विश्वास करती है। नारी शक्ति बंधन अधिनियम के द्वारा लोकसभा और विधानसभा में महिलाओं के लिए आरक्षण इस दिशा में एक महत्वपूर्ण कदम है। मेरी सरकार का लक्ष्य देश में 3 करोड़ लखपति दीदी बनाने का है। आज 1 करोड़ 15 लाख से भी अधिक लखपति दीदी एक गरिमामयी जीवन जी रहे हैं। इनमें से लगभग 50 लाख लखपति दीदी बीते 6 महीने में बनी है। मेरे सरकार ने मुक्त स्वर से मध्यम वर्ग के योगदान को न केवल स्वीकारा है बल्कि हर मौके पर उसे सराहा भी है। सरकारी कर्मचारी भी मिडिल क्लास के अहम प्रतिनिधि है। हाल ही में मेरी सरकार ने सरकारी कर्मचारियों के कल्याण के लिए 8वें वेतन आयोग के गठन का निर्णय लिया है। ये निर्णय आने वाले वर्षों में सरकारी कर्मचारियों के वेतन में बड़ी वृद्धि का आधार बनेगा। राष्ट्र निर्माण में करदाता के योगदान को मेरी सरकार ने सम्मान देते हुए टैक्स से जुड़े मसलों को आसान किया है। टैक्स विवादों को कम करने के लिए फेसलेस मूल्यांकन की शुरुआत कर पारदर्शिता बढ़ाई गई है। आप देश में 75 वर्ष से अधिक उम्र के वरिष्ठ नागरिकों को जिन्हें सिर्फ पेंशन मिलती है, आयकर रिटर्न दाखिल करने के संबंध में स्वयं निर्णय लेने का अधिकार दिया गया है।
Now, the other big talking point that came in from the budget session of Parliament was when Prime Minister Modi spoke in his media address just before the session began, where he ended off the speech by saying that this time around, for a change, we're not kicking off the session with any sort of controversy created due to foreign interference. This is the message that he sent while clearly taking a dig at the opposition. This statement by Prime Minister Modi has sparked off a war of words.
पार्लियामेंट का सत्र है कि जिसके 1-2 दिन पहले कोई विदेशी चिंगारी नहीं पकती है, विदेश में से आग लगाने की कोशिश रही हुई है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his remarks ahead of the budget session, took a big dig at the opposition. Pointing at parliament disruptions in the past, the Prime Minister on Friday accused the opposition of aligning with foreign interests.
2014 से लेकर अब तक शायद ये पहला पार्लियामेंट का सत्र है कि जिसके एक दो दिन पहले कोई विदेशी चिंगारी नहीं प्रगटी है। विदेश में से आग लगाने की कोशिश रही हुई है। 10 साल से, 14 से देख रहा हूं। हर सत्र के पहले शरारत करने के लिए लोग तैयार बैठते थे और यहां उसको हवा देने वालों की कोई कमी नहीं है।
Many union ministers backed the Prime Minister's charges.
अभी रिसेंट तक भी इन बातों का प्रमाण हम लोग को देखने को मिला है सरोज जैसे विषय को लेकर, जहां पर कहीं ना कहीं विदेशी ताकतों का हस्तक्षेप भारत में रहा था। जब जब विपक्ष की नेतृत्व वाली सरकारें रहीं, उस वक्त किस तरीके से दूसरे देश के लोग समय समय पर भारत की नीतियों को प्रभावित करने का कार्य करते थे, इसको कई बार उदाहरणों के तौर पर भी प्रमाणित किया गया है।
2 सेशन के बीच में टुंड्रा प्रदेश और साइबेरिया में भी कुछ होगा, उसका रास्ता हमारे सेशन में झलक दिखती थी। हमारे ही लोगों के कंधे पर विदेशी लोग एक बंदूक चलाया करते थे, जिसके में सॉफ्ट टारगेट कांग्रेस पार्टी के लोग बनते हैं। तो ये पहली बार हुआ कि ऐसा नहीं हुआ है। अब हमारी आंतरिक बातों को लेके ही सदन चलेगा।
His statement has sparked off a war of words, with the opposition accusing the Prime Minister of ignoring real issues.
इस बार कोई चिंगारी नहीं फूटी।
कुछ तो कहना ही है उन्हें
जी,
तो ये सब कहेंगे।
तो आपको लगता है सिर्फ ध्यान भटकाने के लिए?
वो हमेशा यही करते हैं। जनता की जो इश्यूज हैं उनके बारे में बात नहीं करते, जवाब नहीं देते। आपने पिछला सेशन देखा, चर्चा ही नहीं की।
It's very surprising that the Prime Minister said this. If the Prime Minister has said that there's been foreign interference in the last 10 years under his watch, it's incumbent upon him to expose that foreign interference and use every organ of the state and the forums he has internationally to expose that foreign interference and go after them legally. That's what the Prime Minister should do if there has actually been foreign interference.
Prime Minister Modi in his remarks was hinting at controversies like the Hindenburg report, the Pegasus snooping scandal and many others which incidentally surfaced ahead of Parliament sessions. Prime Minister Modi also expressed confidence that every MP, especially the young ones, will contribute to the agenda of Viksit Bharat during the session.
विकसित भारत को मजबूती देने के लिए अपना योगदान देंगे। विशेष करके जो युवा सांसद है, उनके लिए तो सुनहरा अवसर है, क्योंकि वो आज सदन में जितनी जागरूकता, जितनी भागीदारी बढ़ाएंगे और विकसित भारत के जो फल है, वो तो उनकी नजर के सामने देखने को मिलने वाले हैं।
With Piyush Mishra in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
So what prompted the Prime Minister to make that comment about foreign interference just before a session of Parliament? Let's look back and see if that's really been the case. Here are some of the controversies that's essentially dominated headlines during different Parliament sessions over the last many years. 2018 winter session, the Rafale controversy came up when the opposition essentially targeted the government over the Rafale jet deal with France, alleging corruption. Now, budget session of 2020. The European Union moved a motion against CAA and the opposition raised this in Parliament once again. In 2021, the budget session, foreign celebrities at that point were tweeting in support of the farmer stir. Celebrities like Rihanna were putting out their statements and again that echoed in Parliament. In 2021, the monsoon session, that's when you had the Pegasus software controversy exploding. Again, it happened just before the session that a New York Times report claimed the Indian government had purchased this software. So again, it echoed in the session. 2023 budget session. There was, of course, the Hindenburg storm, the Hindenburg report, which accused the Adani Group of corporate misconduct. Again, it was raised non-stop in Parliament. So budget session of 2023, barely any business that happened because the opposition constantly raised this. Just before the 2023 monsoon session, the same year, you also had the entire Rafale controversy once again coming up because a French report suggested that an Indian tycoon had sought help from Macron on Rafale. This happened just before the monsoon session. Last year, 2024, during the winter session, just before that again, you had the US court indicting Adani for alleged bribery fraud. So it's a long list, as I just told you here, and these are just some of the instances. Prime Minister Modi has referred to this, essentially suggesting that there's no coincidence here. It happens timed to the session in Parliament, and therefore it will be endless disruption. So he's saying, fortunately this time, there's no controversy that's come up. The focus, of course, will be now, the next few hours, on the budget that's tabled tomorrow. Today, in the Lok Sabha, you had the economic survey being tabled, and Prime Minister Modi, when he kicked off the budget session, and besides, of course, the comment that he made on foreign interference, also spoke about what to expect from the budget. Again, putting the focus on Viksit Bharat by 2047, and said that the budget will work towards that. But also importantly, the Prime Minister started off his speech by seeking the blessings of Ma Lakshmi, Ma Lakshmi for the middle class and the poor. And that's what's led to a lot of speculation that you could just see some sort of tax relief. There are a lot of experts also weighed in on that. But focusing on the economic survey, India's GDP is projected to grow between 6.3 to 6.8% in the financial year of 2025-2026. The economic survey has also emphasized the resilience of the Indian economy despite global uncertainties.
विकसित भारत को मजबूती देने के लिए अपना योगदान देंगे। विशेष करके जो युवा सांसद है, उनके लिए तो सुनहरा अवसर है, क्योंकि वो आज सदन में जितनी जागरूकता, जितनी भागीदारी बढ़ाएंगे और विकसित भारत के जो फल है, वो तो उनकी नजर के सामने देखने को मिलने वाले हैं। और इसलिए युवा सांसदों के लिए एक अनमोल अवसर है। इनोवेशन, इंक्लूजन और इन्वेस्टमेंट, ये लगातार हमारे आर्थिक गतिविधि के रोड मैप का आधार रहा है। रिफॉर्म, परफॉर्म एंड ट्रांसफॉर्म। जब विकास की तेज गति को प्राप्त करना होता है, तो सबसे ज्यादा बल रिफॉर्म पर रहता है। राज्य और केंद्र सरकार ने मिलकर के परफॉर्म करना होता है और जन भागीदारी से हम ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन देख सकते हैं।
And tomorrow from 7 a.m. we'll be focusing on what to expect from the budget, and we'll be getting you non-stop live updates. That's all we have time for in this edition of 6 p.m. Prime. Thanks very much for tuning in.